Hello, my dear Capricorn, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you all for the month of February to do this overall general reading. We are entering the time period of Imbolc, which is the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So, a lot of energy here about hearth and home, being comfortable, but also still putting one step forward in front of the other for your goals as well. So, we're focusing on the element of earth. We're focusing on the burrowing animals, which is like the squirrels and the groundhogs and the badgers and even the bears, who have that introspective personality, but also very much about, I'm hearing protection, but I was going to say this gathering option here of ideas, feeling like you are gathering your resources. I'm hearing also abilities. So some of you are awakening and activating. So that's going to be very fun to dive into. So let's get into your reading. We have the center here. Then we'll go into your past, your mindset, spirit messages. We have your forward movement or your future over there. And then we have your Lenormand, which is read like a sentence. First, I'm going to go ahead and light some Palo Santo. Take this time to just get comfortable. Grab your tea or your coffee. Sit back, relax, take a few breaths, and just release any energy from the day that may have been feeling overwhelming. Release the last year that we've had. Just release everything from your daily life that has been a little heavy so we can have this clear energy space to begin. So first, we have creativity right in the center. So it does seem that you are doing your creative work here. This could be art. This could be your sole purpose. This could also be creative when it comes to making decisions. And what I mean by that is sometimes with this card, it's like she's blending into the bushes as if she was backed up into that corner. And now she's being creative as to how to get out of this corner. But the cool part about this is this ancient symbol here. And she's sort of awakening with this four-leaf clover. I think this is actually mallow that she is encompassed in, but I'll have to check. But she's sort of doing this hiding thing, but she seems very comfortable. Everything is very much in full bloom. We have this ancient knowledge here behind her and the light coming in, and all of those imagery specifics are very predominant in the oracle readings. In your past, yes, okay, interesting. So again, encompassed in the earth's energy, and Capricorns, you are earth signs. So this very much feeds into your energy. So there's this aspect here of needing to go into nature or even just to come back to your body, giving yourself lots of water and live plants, something that you can ingest. Feeling celery, like baby celery, if that's something that you like, but something that feels like sprouts. We're nowhere near, at least in the northern hemisphere, the spring equinox, and so some of us are feeling like warm soup and stuff that's been sort of processed or something. Try to stay away from that, because I do feel that there's this earth connection that's really calling to you. So you're going to want to really be careful of what goes in your body right now. Step outside as often as you can. I know it's cold, but still, we need to do that. And as you're grounding, as you're going back to that natural state of being, you're going to be thinking very much about self-reliance. Okay. So this is a burden basket, and I really love this concept. I've actually thought about making one or getting one because it can be used as a backpack or a sling for you to carry totems or stones or berries home from the forest, but it's also used as sort of a mailbox where people would be reminded, please don't carry burdens into my home if you're going to step into my home. So, or if, the basket's hanging outside, it may be a message, leave me a message here, I'll get back to you later, I'm not taking you know, people inside my space right now, and it was just a well-respected way of saying, this is as much as I can carry. I am not in the mood right now, things like that. So there's this declaration here of self-reliance on what you need for your self-care. Okay, so coming back to that, that's going to be very predominant for you. Then your messages from the spirit realm. Okay, perfect. So reiterating that, you are needing to declare yourself, to make yourself known, to be very upfront, to have, I'm hearing a backbone, which is a little bit of a harsh way of saying all of this, but you're going to draw upon the energy of the earth as you do this. So calling upon your ancestors, your guides, your spirit, you know, team. And you're going to be saying, this is how much I can handle. Don't give me any more than that. And then the universe says, thank you for bringing this to me. Let's work together. And you have this beautiful relationship where you're able to live out of this creative expression and feeling supported as you do so. Oh my goodness. And then we have the stone people. So 2 earth cards and now a stone card. So you're really, really drawing upon the earth's energy here. It's like standing stones, and standing in a circle of those stones was believed to send people through time, right? And ancient knowledge was carved in stone. And there's so much knowing here. And I love that it says records on there. This is the Akashic Records. If you've heard of that or been drawn to it, it's literally just reading soul contracts. It's reading the imprints, the soul imprints of people. So kind of an interesting nod to sort of that knowledge piece here. Some of you may be feeling drawn to something like that, certifications, practitioners courses, things like that. So let's move into your sentence here, left to right. We have your empire. This is more of an empire than a tower. It's still called the tower, but in the Lenormand, the tower is different. This is more your castle, your empire, what it is you're building. So it could be career and job, business related. My goodness, we have the book. The book is also Akashic Records related. So some of you may really be feeling drawn to that, or just simply knowledge and research of other kinds. So we have a lot of earth energy here. You may be pursuing a degree in that, perhaps geography or the study of places. I don't know how to put that, but like ancient knowledge of sacred sites, something like that is kind of coming forward. And then we have the ring, so commitment, but it is upside down, so we'll have to look into that farther. Choices, yes, so some second guessing energy coming through here. The mice, so things aren't going as quickly as you would like them to. And the garden, which is more communication, speaking your truth. And also this earthy, beautiful, fertile ground, that opening of the flowers, that photosynthesis, like there's this magic to it all, right? So some of you are really like kind of earth witch kind of feeling, which is a beautiful thing. Many of my clients resonate as that term, but it's just a term, right? It's just your sign being in your element, feeling connected to the earth below your feet, and really just igniting your soul there. And then at the bottom of the deck here, and with the momentum that drives you forward, we have dedication. And I really love this for you because we have the commitment here reversed. We also have the communication cards, which is about kind of putting your foot down with the universe and with your guides. I feel like there's something or another that you're kind of done dealing with. You're kind of like, let me just lay this down. So I'm going to set that here. This is driving you forward. What is the other momentum that we have here for my Capricorn? Hearthfire. Okay, so this is Imbolc related, which I keep trying to call Imbolic, but it's the Wheel of the Year season that we're on here on February 1st. It really is about a gathering, a celebration. We're almost there. So there's a preparedness coming forward for you. There's a gathering of friends, of ideas, bringing you all together here. Something that really, I mean, I just love this card so much because you see all the arrows and they're going in all different directions, and this girl has to be so frustrated. I mean, her eyes are closed. She's got this kind of sulky demeanor, but there is an arrow getting knocked into the bow. She's going to shoot again, and she's going to try again and again and again. And this is a 9. One more, her last shot, that arrow that's in her bow right now is the one that hits the mark, because this is a 9 that comes right before the 10. And then we come over here to the 8. Also, this is of bows, which is fire. This is arrows, which is air. If you all are interested to see which of the traditional tarot those coincide with. So 8 of Wands and 9 of Swords. At the bottom here, we have the World Tree. So this comes back a little bit to health. We have the seasons here depicted, which we're right in between winter here and spring. So we're kind of in this middle ground over here. And we have this labyrinth and a doorway. So you all are very much ready for the next step in your spiritual practice, I feel. So this energy is very similar here. It's sort of this meeting place, this common ground where you get to come with your your guides, your friends, what have you, lay at the base of this tree, look at the Celtic knots, you know, reflect on the seasons of earth, reflect on the ancient knowledge that you know you're drawn to, and just be there. You know, just wrap yourself up in it like a shawl and find out what it is that you're committed to all the way, because it seems that you're being called to your health to be a priority. Okay, now let's see what aspects of you are coming forward to aid you now. What aspects of you are really awakening? Oh my goodness. Okay. So another nod to the Akashic Records. We have this book here. He holds also kind of like a pendulum or maybe a meditation bead. But I love that there's kind of no eyes, but his third eye is open. It's like a dragon eye. He has almost all the elements here. This is the element of air, the 7 of air. And so we have the swords here. It would be the 7 of Swords. You also have the 9 of Swords, and these are right next to each other. So there's an aspect here of expansion, of being decisive as well, which is right here next to the commitment. Dedication, choices, dedication, choices. So repeat messages all around. Okay. So it seems that it's just very much time to find a balance here. And let's dive deeper. So let's get to know what you can do to really focus on connecting to your higher sources. What is it the Capricorn can do to connect farther with their Akashic Records, with their spiritual team? And we have a darkening of the light. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. Maintaining a low profile, looking inward first, caution and moderation, difficulties, self-protection, subduing your brilliance. Interesting. So firstly, can we just look at this? So this is very duplicate, synchronistic. The fingers are in almost the exact same position. The eyes are somewhat closed. There's this aspect of space or nighttime being behind them. So the stars are connected here. This is a connected trust. There's a lot of trust in divinity coming through here for you. But the interesting thing is this can be both good and bad. Obviously, darkening your light, not something that a spiritual guru or a spiritual teacher will suggest you do, except for when it's time to go within yourself, to dive into your own soul and to find what it is you want to express, right? Because it does seem that there's an indecisive energy here. So there's an aspect of looking inward before taking action. Wow. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have keeping still. There's a statue here, and it says meditation, self-renewal, composure, detachment, self-acceptance, serenity, and equanimity. Okay, so again, a need for balance here. We have fire and air and lots of earth prominent here. So the only thing that I see lacking is water, and water is going to be that emotional release. Okay, and we do have the burden basket here, which is about carrying emotions. And we have the mice here, which is about slow, drudgery type energy, where you're looking to do a little bit faster movement, it seems. So your way of being dedicated is to take action. And my worry is that perhaps it just isn't time, and therefore the universe will not allow it to happen as such. So what is it that our dear Capricorns need to be focusing on? And it is strength and courage. So there's an overcoming that's happening here. It says you have courage, you can endure, find your center and spiral into your power. I love that. Spiral into your power. The polar bears are always such a courageous animal. I mean, they represent so much. There's ecological status with them because they are an Arctic animal. They are such a protector of that fresh water and such a protector of whatever lies beneath the tundra, right? So very interesting. You're being guided to hold that strength rather than move forward. But at the bottom here, we have healing, which is very much similar to the shawl here. We have a blanket coating this person. I think there's a part of you that doesn't want to give yourself time for recovery for something. It says, bless all in need of healing, hope, and love. Spirit grant us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. Okay, so there could be some of you that are drawn to a spiritual path of healing, perhaps healing others. Excuse me. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have education. So many of you are going to be pursuing some sort of course, some sort of program, perhaps diplomas, even a degree. But all of these energies here are the same, which says dive in. Dive in and enjoy. And as I said, this reminds me so much of the Akashic Records. If you have heard of that or feel drawn to it, there's so many repeat messages here of that. So check out the description box. That is something that I offer. I am a practitioner of the records, and I am able to certify others, in which case you will get the opportunity to certify others as well. So let's dive in. Since that was just the bottom of the deck. Oh, this is the one. Okay. Yes, we have the spark. I love this. This is an Ace of Wands energy. Excuse me. And it's very creative. It's very much elevated. It's that elevated part of your heart that just sings when you're on the right path. That feeling of like, oh, yes, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what it's like to be on the right path. I'm just going to play my violin and dance in the meadow and allow myself to just be here. And that's what the universe wants for you right now, to really just embellish. I mean, just give in and be still. Okay, but it does seem as though the universe, or the 3D realm, I should say, has been giving you a rough go of it, as we see the storm fields here. And we also saw the burden basket, a couple healing cards come forward. So yes, it has not been easy, but I do feel as though it has all been steady and you've been going through the ups and the downs. There's some second guessing, and the universe does want you to speak your truth and to go forward in a way that allows you to feel empowered. I think that's very important. So let's get into the part of you that is needing to be expressed at this point. We have miracles. Yes, there's a belief here. So some of you may be doing some very, very big things. Yes, perhaps with the practitioners courses and things like that coming through, and we have purity here. So I do feel that some of you are being healers. I almost said heroes, kind of the same energy there. But you have a pure heart, Capricorn, and you're on this new voyage. You just need to trust yourself. And I got voyage here from the bottom of the deck. And the whales, coincidentally enough, represent the records. I am dead serious. You just can't make this stuff up. Whales are some of the most ancient animals on this planet, and look at how massive they are. So the Akashic Record stands for boundless or massive. So the whales, as well as the rocks, are the beings that most represent that ancient knowledge, that earth connection of which you're being so drawn to right now. So we got lots of cards here for that space, which is you coming and expressing. So expressing and telling people, I'm going on this journey to manifest miracles and purify the world of, you know, all evil. So it's kind of like you are embracing a superhero's journey with superpowers. And yes, it seems so difficult to comprehend and to wrap our minds around, but yet here we are. This is what I do full time, and I'm able to do this full time. And yes, it takes dedication and decision making and commitment and always working on myself. But again, here I am doing the thing, you know, sharing these success stories, giving myself time to talk to my guides, focusing on grounding as well as manifesting. And you have on the bottom of the deck here, success. And I love this panther here. The panthers are some of my very favorite animals. I plan to get a tattoo of them on my wrist. And the reason why is that they're so secretive. They're so quiet. But they also represent the void. That universal source that is miracles, that is life source, that is the space between particles, the Akashic realm, Akashic records, whatever you want to call it, you know, this universal intelligence that we co-create with. The idea that manifestation works and happens for us regularly. This is the representation of this animal here. And he's here to say, you are a walking success story. That is your truth, and it's time to embrace that fully. But let's see if there's anything that is in need of being released now. What is it that needs to be released? Embrace oneness with the universe. So again, this option of believing. I love that there's this barefoot here walking on what looks like really brittle, dry ground. And so something that Amanda Francis says is true manifestation and true belief is setting a goal for the month of January, and on February 1st, when you still haven't gotten that thing, you still believe that it's yours. That is manifestation, that is belief. The timelines are okay. The universe doesn't see timelines. The universe doesn't recognize urgency. The universe doesn't know what a rush feels like, to feel that anticipation consistently. And so we have at the bottom of the deck here, the magic you seek is inside of you, let it flow. And I mentioned the only thing we're missing here is that water element, which we did get here with the whales. So we are seeing it come through. But that emotional flow, that feeling of release, saying, I'm no longer willing to carry this thing, that decisiveness will make you stronger. That ability to see, my intuition guides me and I will not be told no, you know, like I will not be muzzled anymore. I will not fear my success anymore, because there does seem to be a little bit of a fear, not of stagnancy, but of the storm fields, of, you know, going quickly and unapologetically for your goals. Okay, let's see what animals are coming to assist you. We have the horse here, which is power. And I love that. There's a communication piece there. There's a dedication there. So much, much, much more repeat messages, which is, if at first you don't succeed, get back on the horse. This dedication and commitment, right? And then there's direction here, decisiveness. The horse is always going to try and decide that it has power over you every time you get on, right? Unless it's all the way broke. But for me, you know, when I used to go to my uncle's ranch, he never put me on a fully broke horse. They were always a little bit green, a little bit sassy, and he would just watch and say, okay, what will you do when this horse tries to power you? Because this is a 1,200-pound animal, and here I am, little old me, trying to control it. But the power is within you to do that. It is, you know, within your grasp to tame that great spirit or tame that part of you. Yes, and the elk says, keep going. Stamina is his superpower. Elk don't actually run from predators. They just walk at a steady pace. But because they can get through such thick brush, because they can disappear, you know, somehow, some way, they're massive animals, massive. But somehow, some way, they find a way to just leisurely go through the world, you know, just enjoying that time with having very little to no predators. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the beaver, which is about building. So you're starting something brand new. We see that with the spark here. We see that with a couple different things that imply that you're going and creating something brand new that didn't exist before. So it's a good idea to talk about it, to tell people what it is that you are doing. But more than that, I think the belief is going to come forward to be something that is of utmost importance for you. Okay, let's see here. I need to fill in the gap that I left over there. Didn't mean to skip it. The aspect of self that is guiding you to your future. Queen of Fire. Wow. One big giant ball of fire in the middle of your reading. But it goes right here next to this Eight of Bows, which would be the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Fire. Then we have the Queen of Fire, and then we have the Spark, which I would say is the energy of the Ace. It's beautiful because you have a creative spirit. You have the determination guiding you forward. There's that little bit of indecisiveness, tends to keep you stuck, and then you get frustrated and you're like, oh, this is taking so long. Maybe I don't have the power. Maybe I don't have the strength. But the universe is just like, you know, keep going. Invest in yourself, your education. Keep going forward. But remember to nurture yourself. Come back inward to this purity, this innocence within you that's kind of childlike, you know, that knows miracles can happen, that gets excited to go on the adventure of this voyage here. Whatever journey it is that's coming forward for you, it's very important, and it's something that you're not going to want to pass this one up. Okay, that's what I'm hearing for you. So whether it's the Akashic Records Practitioner's course, which of course I hope that you do, because it is so near and dear to my heart. It's calling to you very clearly here, and it's a way that I get to work with you. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have emotion and intellect. There's a balancing act going on within you where there's dark and light, There's ups and downs. There's contrast here. And it's between your emotions and your mind, the left and the right? The masculine and the feminine. So if we were to put that maybe over here, we have this balance now of air and fire and burdens and, this feeling of dedication and being a little bit burnt out, having an emotional drain. And then this fire over here, which is like, no, I have this creative spark. I have this want to go forward. I have this want to do more. And you're going to learn, Capricorn, to be the designer. And it's very much based upon your emotional stamina. Just think of that. Being emotionally drained doesn't feel good, yet many of us experience it consistently. Having your entire bodily function system bogged down with emotions that may not even be yours. But you are empathic because you are a healer. You're a natural born healer, helper, assister, assistant, there we go. Somebody who's kind of put on this earth with a calling to assist others on their transformation journey, and that is your gift. Give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and rearrange the cards and tell a story from start to finish. Okay, my dear Capricorn, it seems as though you've had a little bit of a rough go of it, especially as of recently. You've been carrying a few things, been feeling a little heavy, feeling a little unwanted. It's like walking through life on pins and needles and old crackly leaves. And that's what happens when we don't embrace the fact that we are one with the universe and that we have a say in our manifestation process. It feels very slow. It feels like things are conspiring against us. It feels like this could never happen for me. Why even try? And the universe says, just be still for a little while. Not to keep yourself small, not to stop completely. You know you're not going to stop. You're not going to quit. But you are going to master your energy field. And you just decide. You decide, I am done with these storms. I am done with all of this, the power struggles, the issues with manifesting. It's time to balance, to let your emotions flow, to see yourself in a new light, one that's enlightened, that's already overcome, that has drawn upon the strength of the earth, that has embraced their calling and made the decision to go all for it, all in, So you begin to talk to people, the right people. There's a community aspect here. You speak to them when some sort of council fire or bringing friends together. But there's this gathering here. Let's see. You start to talk to people. About your viewpoints, your opinions on the world, about how far you've come, about your journey, shooting arrows that all you want to do is have them hit their mark. And you're telling your story, you're sharing openly about that story. And in so doing, you're showing people what your empire will look like, because you have built this empire. And you're going to show people that you're committed, that you're not taking no for an answer. You're declaring this, right? The fist is in the air. And this is to your ancestors, your guides, your universal sources. You're saying, look, enough is enough. I'm done with the struggle. I'm done with missing arrows. I'm ready to build the castle. I am committed and I will take nothing less. And then the universe says, now we're talking. The universe loves it when we get catty or we get powerful, and we put that foot in the sand, or, you know, we put our foot down and we draw the line in the sand and we say, enough is enough. Here's what I'm ready for. And we declare our strength and how far we've come, right? It's like we're walking out of the Arctic with the swirls of wind at our back, and it's like, I have seen the depths of the winter, of the cold, of the dark, and yet here I stand enduring. And it says here, find your center and spiral into your power, because the power is within you, Capricorn. It always has been, and it's not something that we seek outside of ourselves, right? So you're going to find yourself calling upon energy, calling upon ancient knowledge, Akashic wisdom, Sanskrit teaching, Native American teaching, ancient, this is Chinese teaching. You're going to feel drawn to those concepts, and you're going to start getting really creative about how you use that information, about how you make this world a better place, because you have this ability to create, to truly manifest, and to truly make something happen that wasn't there before. And there's magic in that, there's fire in that. So you are awakening the part of you that is the queen, that is that powerhouse. And that fiery energy, it brings about miracles. It does, because you put your foot down, you put your fist in the air, you say, this is what I deserve, this is what I'm creating, and the universe responds to you. It responds with, okay, I am loyal to you. And it says, okay, you have the puppet strings. I mean, how beautiful is that? You are in complete control, and it's present here so much. You just have to keep in control of your mindset. That emotion overflow, let it be. Let it flow. Find coping mechanisms, of course, but we all unleash sometimes, and that's okay. So keep your thoughts at bay, keep them positive, and keep yourself consistently realizing you are a miracle worker. You are someone who's in control of that. And if you feel yourself slipping, call upon the earth energy. Call upon the elements, the plants, the stones, your element, Capricorn. Call upon it. Consistently sit at the base of a tree, walk barefoot on the earth, feel into your body, breathe into your body, and come back to that idea of I can, I will not be conquered, I came to conquer. And keep investing in yourself, Capricorn. There's something that's calling you. It could very well be the Akashic Records. It could be a new degree. It could be a practitioner's course of any kind. It doesn't have to be a diploma or certification or, something that leads to this means to an end. It's not really about that. It's not about the certifications. It's not about investing money. It's about declaring. That's what I love about the certification courses, is that it is a set amount of weeks or semesters or what have you, where you have very beautiful progress, and you're seeing that progress and you think to yourself, yes, I've made it. And you're connected the whole time. So this knowledge, this records, is really calling you. And it takes you for a journey. That's what I love about the Akashic Records, is that it really does look like this, where it's like out of this world, it's metaphysical, nothing makes sense, so everything makes sense. It's the other world, it's the spirit realm, and we get to go and just hang out there. So 6 weeks, 6 modules, meditations for all of it, and it's all the means to the end for you, Capricorn, is this purity of heart and soul. This purity of finally understanding and getting clarity without any shadow of doubt left in you. It's time to release the fear, release the doubt, speak your truth and speak it loud. No more muzzling, no more keeping yourself small, no more struggling to get where you want to go. Just call upon the energies that you believe in. Nobody else here can tell you what to believe. You believe in what you believe in. Call upon the animals, the elements, the directions, old gods, the new gods, whatever. But you know what it is for you. I hope it's the Akashic Records because everything points to it. But it also points to speaking your truth, getting yourself out there, maybe public speaking, just talking to friends, talking to the mirror, talking on a recorder, something like that, where you're getting your ideas out of you and onto a page or onto platforms of some kind. And always feel comfortable to share those ideas, share with other people, because you never know who you're going to help. And I feel that that's important for you, Capricorn. So I hope this reading was helpful for you all. If you're interested in the Akashic Records or any of my spiritual healing practices, check out that description box. Always comment, like, and share if you can. And I will see you all next month for your next reading. Thank you for being here. Bye.